10 years after its release, the Nikon D800 is on the verge of becoming a new classic, and you should probably get one in 2022 before prices go up. My name is Thomas Eisl. I'm a professional photographer from Vienna, Austria. And before I talk about the Nikon D800, I'd like to share my thoughts on what constitutes a classic camera in photography. A classic is something that exemplifies its class. In film camera history, often those cameras who offered a very satisfying user experience combined with versatility and longevity became classics. Take for example the Nikon F3, the Leica M6, but also the Hasselblad 500cm and the Olympus OM1. All of them have these traits. In the world of digital cameras, not many classics exist. Aging imaging sensors and a community of photographers who is always striving to own the latest and greatest in camera gear hampers the appeal of older digital cameras. When it comes to digital f-mount cameras, the Nikon D700 is a true classic camera. I purchased mine in 2019 and I was able to really get 80% of my photography jobs done with it. The 12 megapixel sensor has a legendary reputation and the overall user experience is great. It ticks all the boxes for being a classic camera. But as I've mentioned, it only got me through 80% of my photography jobs, as it lacks two things: high resolution and video recording. And this is why the Nikon D800 will dethrone the Nikon D700 as the #1 Nikon f-mount classic. The reputable 36 megapixel sensor of the Nikon D800 is very good, even in 2022. And it is actually the reason why I switched from 2 Nikon D700s to 2 Nikon D800s in late 2020. The sensor outperforms the Nikon D700 in low light scenarios, while it is also able to deliver outstandingly detailed images at lower sensitivities. I'd like to show you 2 sample shots from fashion shows this year. The first image was taken at ISO 200, which is slightly above the Nikon D800's base ISO of 100. The shot is incredibly detailed and sharp. The second image was shot at ISO 3200 and pushed 3 stops in post-production, meaning it is effectively an ISO 25600 shot. Even at this incredibly high ISO, which lies well outside the Nikon's native ISO range of 100 to 6400, the image is still usable. Although often overlooked, the video capabilities of the Nikon D800 are very usable. The full HD output is, in my opinion, quite good. Of course, the Nikon D800 lacks usable video autofocus, but as long as you manually focus anyways, that's not an issue. I could go on and on about the many qualities of the Nikon D800, but really, let me put it into one sentence. The Nikon D800 is the new Nikon D700. It is better in every way, and this is my insider tip. It is very inexpensive at the moment. It can be had for around 600 euros depending on the condition. And this is not a lot, given that it is a professional camera that does everything a photographer will ever need. Thank you very much for watching. please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and following me on other social media. See you next time.